Namaste. So, we have a little story, and the story is about the most exciting, the most wonderful, the most difficult adventure or exploration that man can ever take. So, the story is about a poet who once went to a countryside, and he was sitting outside in the fields, contemplating the great mysteries of existence, something which we hardly have now in terms of time. And suddenly it started pouring. So he went to a nearby hut and knocked at the door, asking for shelter. And the farmer asked him whose house it was a farmhouse. "Who are you? Where do you come from? And where are you going?" Those were not days when people asked for Aadhaar cards and identity cards. They trusted each other naturally, spontaneously. So he was given a place and he stayed there throughout the night, and he started contemplating on these three questions. Who am I? Where do I come from? And where am I going? Let's try to answer these questions and we'll see how they change our life. Who am I? We take it for granted. When we are born, our life and our identity is decided by our parents. So we are somebody's child. That's how we are known. And as we grow up, our life and our identity is defined by the grades. And still later, as we grow up, our identity and our life is defined by what the society and people around think about us. In other words, we are being defined by someone or the other and not by who we truly are. Based on how we think about ourselves, our life runs its course. So how are we to know who we truly are? There are 2-3 indicators. One is our basic belief, in other words, our faith and our will to be. Whatever is the faith in our depths, whatever is the will to be, that is what we truly are. It's just that we are yet to make that wonderful discovery. So if we believe that I am just a little animal, as we are taught sometimes in textbooks that man is a social animal, well, much of our life we lived largely as an animal. If we believe and have a will to be a better and better human being, that we are human beings and therefore we can improve. Unlike the animal, we can progress, we can learn, we can educate ourselves, we can become better citizens, more moral, ethical. We can learn music, we can learn poetry, we can learn art forms, we can understand the great mysteries of existence as a human being. Then our life too will unfold the fullness of what it means to be a human being. Right now, we only have the form of a human being, but it is by our faith and will to be that we can truly become humans. Otherwise, we may well remain a little animal, maybe cute, maybe beautiful, but nevertheless a limited animal, limited by its feeding space and its den within a human body. But there is a third possibility. We can have our faith and will to be not only in the animal in us, not only in the human possibility in us, the spiritual, the divine dimension of our existence. And if we have this faith, if we have this will to be that there is something still greater than man, quite naturally, out of the human, something which we may use the word divine, something spiritual, something much more beautiful than we can imagine, closer to the perfection we desire from life, begins to emerge. So these are the 3 steps or 3 ways in which we can define ourselves. We can believe that we are just like an animal, born of matter and just a human body, and as is our belief, so will our life justify itself. Or we can believe that we are humans, and to be human means to evolve consciously, That's the unique thing about human beings, that we can change, we can grow, we can progress, we can learn new things. Then we truly become humans. And if we believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, we are divine beings wearing a human cloak, then our life begins to unfold the divine meaning and purpose, the divine sense within us. This is what we see something very beautiful about Sanatana Dharma. It reminds us that man, you are in your depths a divine being. We are not just a struggling human. We are not just the animal who feeds and mates, but we are divine beings having a human experience. We have chosen to be this way. That is what we see in the story of Ratnakar, who changes into a Valmiki. All that we need is to raise a question to ourselves and find the answer from within us. How is it that I define myself? People may define me in various ways. How do I define myself? And the way I define myself, that is what I am going to become. So let's embark on this wonderful discovery. Let's spend a few minutes every day contemplating who am I. These 3 words can change our life. Namaste.